Hi children, welcome to social science class. In the previous class, we learned different types of agriculture. Today, let us learn different food crops in India. A large variety of crops are grown to meet the requirement of the growing population. Crops also supply raw materials for agro-based industries. So these major crops can be divided into three categories. They are food crops, then fiber crops and beverage crops. Let us discuss one by one. First one, first one is rice. Rice is the major food crop of the world. It is the staple diet of the majority of the people. It needs high temperature, high humidity and rainfall. The best soil for rice cultivation is alluvial clayey soil. So what is the speciality of this soil? Which can retain water. China is the leading producer of rice, then followed by India. So according to the availability of water or climatic condition, rice cultivation can be practiced 2 or 3 thrice in an year. Next is the wheat. Wheat is the second majority of the staple diet. It requires moderate temperature and rainfall during growing season and bright sunshine at the time of harvest. It grows best in the drained loamy soil. USA is the leading producer. In India also, wheat grown it is in the winter season. Third one is millet. Millets are also known as coarse grains and it can be grown on less fertile and sandy soils. It is a hardy crop that needs low rainfall and moderate temperature and adequate rainfall. Jowar, bajra, ragi are grown in India. Next is maize. Maize is used as food and fodder crop. It is also known as corn. Various colorful varieties of maize are found across the world. Maize requires moderate temperature, rainfall and lot of sunshine. It needs well-drained fertile soils. Maize is grown in North America, Brazil, China, Russia, Canada, India and Mexico. So it is used as food and fodder crop. So that is it is used as the food for the cattle, that is fodder. Next is fiber crops. Cotton and jute are the major fiber crops. First one is cotton. Cotton requires high temperature, light rainfall, 210 frost-free days and bright sunshine for its growth. It grows best on black and alluvial soils. China, USA, India, Pakistan, Brazil and Egypt are the leading producers of cotton. It is one of the raw materials for cotton textile industry. Next is jute. Jute is also known as golden fiber. It grows well on alluvial soil and requires high temperature, heavy rainfall and humid climate. India and Bangladesh are the leading producers of jute. It is biodegradable and environmental friendly. Next, coffee. Coffee requires warm and wet climate and well-drained loamy soil. Hill slopes are more suitable for growth of this crop. Brazil is the leading producer, followed by Colombia and India. Tea. Tea is a beverage crop grown on plantations. This requires cool climate and well-distributed high rainfall throughout the year for the growth of its tender leaves. This crop requires labor in large number to pick the leaves. Sri Lanka produces the best quality tea in the world. So these are the major crops in India. So once again they are food crops, fiber crops and beverage crops. Next topic is agriculture development. Agriculture can develop in many ways such as increasing the cropped areas, the number of crops grown, improving irrigation facilities, use of fertilizers and high yielding variety of seeds. Mechanization of agriculture is also another aspect of agriculture development. The ultimate aim of agriculture development to increase food security. So in nowadays we are using number of machines in the agriculture sector. So what is the ultimate aim? The ultimate aim of agriculture development is to increase food security. So what is food security? When all people at all times have access to sufficient, safe and nutritious food to meet their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. Our government has recently passed the Food Security Bill. Next topic is farm in India. The main features of Indian agriculture observed after independence. So what were the changes taken place in Indian agriculture after independence? First one, large areas have been brought under irrigation. For expand the cultivation or the cultivating area, large areas has been brought under irrigation. Use of fertilizers and pesticides have been increased. Third point is large areas has been brought under high yielding variety of seeds which brings green revolution in India. Although modern techniques are adopted, still animals play a significant role in various agriculture activities. That means we are using different types of machines in agriculture sector. So even though still we are depending animals for agriculture activities. Major part of the agriculture depends mainly on monsoon rain. Then food crops are the major parts of production. We are mainly cultivating food crops. Then means of transport facilities for storing food are inadequate and roads are unmetals. That means we did not have enough transport and storage facilities. Next, compare American farms and Indian farms. The main features of USA farms. So that is first one, the farmer in the USA works like a businessman and not like a peasant farmer. So that means most of the Indian farmers are works like a peasant, whereas the American farmers are works like a business person. And the second one, the average size of farm is much larger in USA, about 250 hectares. So whereas the farms in India is fragmented because of the law of inheritance. And the third one is that adequate measures are taken to control pests that can be damage the crop. So that means that they are using modern method of farming, and that is chemicals and pesticides and insecticides are using to control the pest that can damage the crop. Then another one, from time to time they send soil sample to a soil testing laboratory to check whether the nutrients are sufficient or not. So the result help them to plan a fertilizer programs. So the computer linked to the satellite which gives them precise picture of their field. This helps them the use of fertilizers and pesticides wherever they are required. So they are checking their soil time to time, and their farm is controlled by the satellite controlled computer, and which gives them the precise picture, correct picture of their field. This helps them to use chemical fertilizers and pesticides wherever they are required. They use tractor, seed driller, leveler, combined harvester and thresher to perform various agriculture operations. So they are using different types of machines in the agriculture activities. Then the grains are stored in automated storage or dispatched to market agencies. So they have the farmers in America, they have enough storage facilities. Next is Green Revolution. Green Revolution is related to agriculture. The aim of Green Revolution is to increase agriculture production and by using chemical fertilizers and HYV seeds and uh, better irrigation facilities. So the aim of this in green revolution is to ensure food security. So what is food security? So when all people at all times have been accessed sufficient, safe and nutritious food to meet their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. Our government recently passed a food security bill. Then do you know who is known as the father of Indian Green Revolution? Yes, it is M.S. Swaminathan. So the same is the other revolutions. Have you heard about the other revolutions? The white revolution, blue revolution, yellow and pink revolution. So white revolution is related to increase in the milk production. Then blue revolution is to increase the sea product, fish and other sea products. Yellow revolution is related to increase the production of oil seeds. Then pink revolution is to increase in the production of meat and poultry items. So these are the main topics in this chapter. So I hope this topic is clear to you. Thank you, children.